Alright, it's August 6th, 2020. Let's take a look at the deal of the day for DriveThruRPG. It is Babylon on which fame and jubilation are bestowed, 2nd edition. This is $9 for 312 pages. Here's the cover. Got an old piece of art there for the cover. Always like that. Always feels like you're getting something kind of nice and historical. Lots of strange names I would probably butcher. And this game is going to let you play in the 25th year of the Hammurabi reign. It can be a game in historic Mesopotamia or a fantastic variant if you want to add possibly, I guess, monsters and stuff like that. So it's got everything you need to play in Babylon in the 8th century BCE. That sounds pretty cool to me. And yeah, so not bad. Probably get a little bit of history lesson along with it too. So it's cool that there's historical games like that out there. Star Trek Adventures Enterprise player character. So that means Enterprise, the TV show. 16-page PDF for $5, and it's got all the crew of the USS Enterprise NX-01. And I watched a good bit of that show. Not all of it, but I enjoyed what I did see. For some reason, I didn't finish it. But you see the preview here, and yeah, it's gonna have the introduction. It's gonna have a little layout of the ship, and there's Archer, Jonathan Archer. Very cool. So it's neat that they're putting out the show's, the stats for the characters in the show. I think that's pretty neat. And then let's take a look at Veil2020. This is going to be a minimalist cyberpunk action role-playing game. So obviously cyberpunk's very popular right now. This is one of many, and I guess this it says here something about as World of Dungeons is to Dungeon World. So this is a cyberpunk equivalent of World of Dungeons, a game that I'm not familiar with. But it is 34 pages for $5. Seems like it, but I will say it does look like here it's got some pretty neat layout here. Some nice colors, very colorful, obviously. And there is a print option there, so that page there is pretty impressive with all that color. And of course, cyberpunk's extremely popular right now, and I think it'll only get so it get more popular as time goes on and a certain video game gets released that I know a lot of people are waiting on. Here is, on the newest print, the Armatelorum, a folio of ancient and medieval arms and armor. 90 pages filled with pre-generated weapons and suits of armor, using the weapons and armor construction rules from the Dice and Glory core rulebook. Have not played Dice and Glory, I don't believe. I think I might have seen it, but let's take a look. This very much reminds me of the Arms and Equipment Guide from 2nd edition D&D, which was one of my favorite books to look through. I looked through it a whole bunch, and I absolutely loved using it. And so this is very, very reminiscent of that book. So pretty cool. And there's the cover art for you right there, if you want to get a bunch of weapons and whatnot. All right, let's continue on. Come on, computer. And let's take a look at what else. Count Hala has gone mad. So pretty much it looks like there was a Count has violated a treaty that he made with a bunch of goblins, and now a ragtag band of heroes have come. How will you help the maddened Count resolve his issues with the goblins and defend his town against their onslaught? It requires Tiny Dungeon 2nd edition. So obviously you think of that. Here is the art with some goblins, obviously being turds, as is their wont. So single column, that's a goofy two-headed mug right there. And I've got to say that font is a little bit aggressive for me. I would like something a little bit more calm, but that's what they chose, and that's what we get. So there's that. And let's see, let's try to get one more in. Rest and recuperation. Let's look at rest and recuperation. It's for Shadows of the Demon Lord. It's $4 for 20 pages. And even doomed heroes need to rest. Rest and recuperation details rules for playing out the downtime between adventures. I always like this. It's fun. Give a little bit of something to happen in between your games. Character's lifestyle is no longer a one-off thing, but is carried over to and modified during each downtime. It's very cool. You can go to therapy to remove quirks. It kind of reminds me of Darkest Dungeon. You can earn or lose coin by working, gambling, or fighting. So there's the cover. Again, old piece of art. I always like that. And let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's cool. I like that piece. I always like those big, like everybody doing something crazy pictures in the pieces of art. So that looks good. Never played this game. I was going to play it at a con, and I think it got canceled, so that was disappointing. But yeah, there it is, Rest and Recuperation. It's an easy name. So there we go. There's some things for August 6th. That's on DriveThruRPG right now. Movers and shakers, I guess, if you will. And if you want to check these out, look in the description. I'll have the links up for you. And I hope you've been enjoying these videos. And if you pick up anything, please let me know. I've already learned a lot about some of the things that I've showcased on these types of videos here, the quick looks for DriveThruRPG, and people have already reached out to me and messaged and let me know more information about some of these products, and that's very helpful. So thank you very much for those that have done that. Please continue to do so, as it's only good to have more education about these games. So there we go, and I will see you tomorrow.